Have you ever wondered, you've probably been there, you meet someone amazing, you feel that spark and suddenly you're texting her, constantly planning elaborate dates and thinking about her all the time. But then something shifts. She takes longer to respond. Her enthusiasm fades and you find yourself working harder and harder for less and less in return. Think about if you're ready to claim your silent confidence. Hit like, subscribe, and comment. Claim my space below. Let's continue this journey together. Now, let's begin. How many times have you found yourself checking your phone every few minutes, waiting for a reply? The truth is, what feels like devotion to you often feels like desperation to her, and here's the painful irony. The harder you chase, the faster she runs. But what if I told you that the solution isn't more effort, but less? What if the answer isn't to chase harder, but to stop chasing altogether? Today, I'm going to share what actually makes a woman chase you. Not manipulation tactics, not game, but a fundamental shift in how you see yourself and how you approach a relationship. When you chase someone, you're sending a powerful message with your actions. You're saying, you are more valuable than me. I need your approval more than you need mine. This creates an immediate imbalance, and relationships built on imbalance rarely last. Think back to a time when someone was clearly chasing. At first, maybe it felt good, flattering, but over time, didn't it become uncomfortable? Maybe even off-putting. There's something unsettling about someone placing you on a pedestal. It creates pressure, and deep down, we don't truly respect what comes too easily. This is the chase trap. The more you pursue, the less valuable you appear. The less valuable you appear, the less attraction she feels. The less attraction she feels, the harder you chase, and the cycle continues until the connection fades entirely. The key shift happens when you move from external validation to internal validation. Most men who chase women are actually chasing something else. The feeling of being wanted, being enough, being worthy. But here's the truth that changed my life. No relationship can give you self-worth. That has to come from within. When you build your validation internally, something magical happens. You become grounded, centered. Your happiness doesn't depend on someone else's response, time, or interest level. You become, in a word, attractive. Think about the most attractive people you know, aren't they? The ones who seem comfortable in their own skin, the ones who don't need constant reassurance, the ones who have a purpose, passions, and a life they enjoy, regardless of their relationship status. Pause and really let that sink in. The very thing you think will draw her closer, showing her how much you care through constant pursuit, is actually pushing her away. And the thing that seems counterintuitive, focusing on yourself, is actually what will draw her to you. The 3 pillars of attraction. So how do you become the kind of man women chase? It comes down to 3 fundamental pillars. First, building a life you love. Second, establishing healthy boundaries. And third, mastering the art of presence. Pillar 1, building a life you love the most. Attractive thing to a woman isn't your appearance or your wealth. It's your genuine passion for your own life. When you have goals, you're actively pursuing interests that excite you and people who matter to you. You create a gravitational pull. You become someone worth orbiting. Ask yourself, if you weren't dating or pursuing anyone right now, what would you do with your time? What skills would you develop? What experiences would you seek out? Now go do those things not as a strategy to meet women, but because this is your one precious life, and it deserves to be lived fully. When you build a life you genuinely love, you become happier and more fulfilled, which naturally makes you more attractive, and you create space for someone to choose to be part of that life, rather than desperately trying to make yourself part of theirs. Pillar 2, establishing healthy boundaries. The second pillar is about boundaries, knowing what you will and won't accept in your relationships. Most men who chase have weak boundaries. They'll accept last-minute cancellations, disrespectful communication, minimal effort, all because they fear losing the connection entirely. But here's what happens. When you establish clear, healthy boundaries, you immediately distinguish yourself from 90% of men out there. Boundaries communicate self-respect. And paradoxically, when you're willing to walk away from someone who doesn't meet your standards, you become infinitely more valuable in their eyes. For example, if she consistently takes days to respond to your messages, don't double text or wait anxiously. Simply match her investment level. If she cancels plans without a good reason, don't immediately reschedule. Let her take the initiative. Next time, the key is to establish these boundaries without anger or manipulation. You're not trying to control her behavior. You're simply choosing what you will and won't participate in. And here's the beautiful part. When you have strong boundaries, you create safety. Women aren't attracted to men. They can walk all over. They're attracted to men who know their worth and stand firm in it. Pillar 3, mastering the art of present. The third pillar is perhaps the most powerful true presence in an age of constant distraction. Being fully present with someone is rare. And rare things are valuable when you're with her. Be with her completely. Put your phone away. Listen, not just to respond, but to understand. Look into her eyes. Ask questions that show you're curious about who she truly is. Not just what she can be for you, but presence isn't just about your behavior. When you're together, it's also about how you show up in her absence. Most men who chase are always available, always ready to drop everything for a chance to see her, always the first to text, good morning and good night. But when you're truly present in your own life, engaged with your work, your passions, your friends, you naturally create healthy space in the relationship. This space allows attraction to breathe. It gives her room to miss you, to wonder about you, to desire your presence, precisely because it's not constantly available. Think about the things you value most, aren't they? The things that aren't always readily available. The same principle applies to relationships. When you combine these 3 pillars, building a life you love, establishing healthy boundaries and mastering the art of presence, something remarkable happens. The dynamic shifts entirely. Suddenly you're no longer chasing. You're simply living your life with purpose and intention, and that life becomes magnetic. Women will notice, they'll be drawn to your energy, your confidence, your self-sufficiency. They'll sense that you're different, that you're not seeking their validation, but offering them the opportunity to share in something already whole and fulfilling. And here's where the chase reverses. When a woman encounters a man who doesn't need her approval, but genuinely wants her company, who has clear standards about how he expects to be treated, who is fully present when he's with her, but fully engaged in his own life when he's not. She experiences something rare and valuable. She experiences respect, both for her and for yourself. She experiences the safety that comes from clear boundary, and she experiences the thrill of being with someone who adds to her life without desperately needing anything from it. This is what makes her chase, not trick, not tactic, but the authentic expression of a man who knows his worth and lives accordingly. So where do you go from here? First, take an honest inventory of your life. Are you living in a way that fulfills you? Do you have clear boundaries? Are you fully present? Identify where you need to grow second. Commit to making one change this week. Maybe it's pursuing a long-forgotten passion. Maybe it's letting a text sit unanswered for a day. Maybe it's putting your phone away when you're with friends. Small shift lead to big transformation. Remember, the moment you stop chasing her and start building yourself is the moment she starts chasing you. This journey isn't always easy. There will be moments of doubt, of temptation to fall back into old pattern. But I promise you, the relationship you create from this foundation will be worth every step, because in the end, what you want isn't just a woman who chases you. What you want is a relationship built on mutual respect, desire, and choice. And that's exactly what this approach creates. So stop chasing, start building. and watch how everything changes. Be that man who knows his worth, and then watch as she chooses freely and enthusiastically to be part of your world. The chase is over. The journey begins. Are you ready? If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to Philosophy of Stoicism for more real, relatable advice on navigating the complexities of love and relationships. Remember, relationships take time, care, and effort, but the rewards are worth it. When fear and caution are met with understanding and patience, they transform into trust and connection. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.